Good morning. It is about noon on Saturday. I showered because I went to the gym this morning, and please no questions. I know you guys are dying to know my gym routine. It's like I have bad knees and a bad back, so I do a lot of cardio. Battery is dying. Hold on. Okay, we are back. Yeah, so I do a lot of cardio. And I mean, when I'm home, I do like Jillian Michaels videos. But I have to substitute a lot of the exercises because a lot of them were like, there's a lot of like lunges, like my knees do not, that is not happening. I don't know what I'm doing today. I think I'm officially back to having normal weekends, which is good. Maybe I'll share a little bit of makeup with you today. I have been using all kinds of like, in the last vlog, I think when I shared my makeup, it was just like all kind of like random products. I feel like I tend to show you guys a lot of the same products, so we're gonna try and share a lot of other things that I like that I don't share with you. I need to eat lunch. I need food. Okay, so foundation, I use the Loreal Cushion. I use mine in N3. I think it's a really pretty foundation. Obviously, it's very glowy. I put the Charlotte Tilbury powder on top of it, but then I use the Charlotte Tilbury in dark for the bronzer. I don't know, guys, I'm really obsessed with using it as a bronzer. There we go, out of the sunlight so you can get like a better look. I've been really just so dedicated to this face powder in the shade dark, and it looks so beautiful and natural. And then for the eyes, it's just a whole bunch of Colored Rain eyeshadow singles that I had picked up, which I really love. And I have the Tom Ford Peony Soul as highlighter. It's quite golden and peach. I felt very glowy today. I'm like really enjoying this look. And then on the lips, we don't have anything except for Buxom's Hot Toddy. It's like my favorite gloss from them. It's a sticky gloss. I don't even know why I put lip product. I'm gonna eat food now. I'm gonna try out this Trader Joe's sweet corn burrata and basil. The whole combination sounds so delicious. I hope it is good. Okay, so we're gonna put the mozzarella in marinade that I got from Aldi. We're gonna mix it with the ravioli. If you get the kind without the marinade, it's not good. Like, I think they're very, 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 very new mozzarella balls. Even this one doesn't taste like it's been really sitting in here for that long. Like, the flavor hasn't really absorbed. If you get the Trader Joe's ones, I think those are better. Obviously, these are cheaper. Those taste more like, you know, fresh. Okay, so this is what we're having. I'm gonna throw some black pepper on it, and these are delicious. They taste exactly how you would imagine like a awesome version of corn ricotta and ricotta and burrata. As well as basil. Like, they all taste really fresh and really good, and there's actual pieces of corn in it. It's not like a puree. Guys, it was such a struggle to get into the car today. Like, after I had food, and mind you, I showed you that like really pretty cute bowl, but then of course I had like all of the ravioli that I made, because that's just what you do, right? Like, if I make a box of mac and cheese, more than likely I'm having that whole box. Almost. Like, there might be a few bites left. I'm like, oh, I'll just save this for later, but it doesn't really mean anything. So a combination of that, feeling sleepy because ate too much, and then I felt really comfortable in my robe. I didn't really want to put clothes on. I didn't want to do my hair. I was just like, oh, the efforts of going into public. And I don't even end up looking that great. You know what I mean? It's not like I live in a place where it matters. But okay, so point of this is we're in the car now. And because I have to run some errands. This is, again, the Surat Lip Sleek. This is in Ladybug. Yep. Okay. Oh. I have to get shirts, guys. I feel like in the past few months I've been trying to look for shirts, because I've probably been wearing the same shirts for like 3 years. I'm not even kidding you. Like, I have, like, when it's warm out, I wear harem pants pretty much every day. And then in the winter and fall, I'm wearing leggings, whether they're like faux leather leggings, black leggings, ripped leggings, whatever. I'm wearing leggings. So bottoms are never really an issue, but shirts, I don't know, like every so often I'll buy like a new t-shirt. Maybe I'll buy a t-shirt in a different color. Maybe I'll buy a different neckline. But am I just like uninspired, or am I just a bad dresser? Because I'm just like, why can't I find cute shirts? Like I can't find cute shirts. Made some chili this morning. I don't like beans. Otherwise, I feel like my chilies could always be heartier, but they typically consist of 3 ingredients. Well, this is the soy chorizo, which I've never had from Trader Joe's before, and it's very, very popular. I'm not a big fan of chorizo to begin with. I guess like I always feel like it's really salty. And this is also pretty salty, but it's really great for chili without having to add any other ingredients to it as far as seasoning. Like you don't have to add like a chili seasoning. So I did a can of corn, a can of diced tomatoes. I threw in cubes of habanero jack cheese, black pepper, and I'll probably get like cottage cheese today. So I'll probably either put cottage cheese on top of this or put this on top of cottage cheese, but you know, kind of the same thing. And this should be good for lunch for a few days, lunch and or dinner. My favoriteest breakfast in the world, scallion pancakes, folded with 2 eggs, a little bit of cheddar cheese, Maggi sauce, black pepper, coffee, which we've had a bit. I made the chili first and then I made breakfast. I don't know. Sometimes like, you know, it's like you have this plan. You're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then it's like, wow, out of order. Anyway, we're going to eat. Is it just me? Is everything really ugly right now? Like I go onto any website and I'm looking at clothes. Everything is so ugly or it's boring. And I don't have to get really dressed up for work. Like I can wear t-shirts and stuff. But like everything is like off the shoulder, cold shoulder, or it's like that kind of like, what do you call that thing where it's like, you know, like it's an exposed shoulder, but then there's like more fabric. All 4 of us in my family, the siblings, we are built like football players. Like we are huge up here. Like this is like something we always refer to because it's so funny. When we were in Paris as a family, maybe in like 2012, was 2012? I don't know, but my aunt was driving. I think my mom and my dad was in the front. But like there was at least maybe like 3 of us sitting in the back seat and we could not move. We could not move. Like we were shoulder to shoulder. We could not move at all. And it just like, when we all realized it, we just busted out laughing because we always refer to this because we're all like, my mom like is very feminine. She has like very like small shoulders. She's like really great legs and like, you know what I mean? Like, no. Me and my sister have like, we have like wider calves, which is typical, you know, of Asians. And then like we have these wider shoulders. We also have like, is this too much sharing? We can never wear bandage dresses because we always look like we haven't tucked properly. Like we have very protruding pelvic bones, or we have puffy vaginas. I'm not really sure. I'm sorry if there's children around right now if you're watching. But yeah, just to give you an idea of our body shape. So I'm not saying like my body shape's difficult. Everyone has things that they're trying to like work with. But I feel like all the tops now are not shoulder friendly. And yeah. Okay, so Target still hates my body. And then I went to TJ Maxx and I did get something kind of cute in like the boy section. And at Target, there was cute stuff in the boy section also. But I think I might go online and get it. We'll see. Okay, let me share with you some food. Okay, we have toilet paper and water from Costco that I have not removed from my car. This is what we got from Aldi today. Really random stuff. Okay, I got the cottage cheese, like I said, for the chili I made. I also got this because this is like a go-to. I just have this with some kind of like those chia chips or quinoa chips, whatever. Smoked white cheddar. They also had smoked Gouda, but I mean, I'm always getting smoked Gouda, so I figured we'd try some this. We got the raspberry cheesecake last time. That was very good. And then now we have a different gelato. This is the sea salt caramel. And I have a head of lettuce also for the chili. I might do like, you know, taco salad. And I don't know, I'm just trying to, you know, I don't want to do carbs, you know. and a can of cream of mushroom. I don't know, I just really wanted some. Probably should have gotten fresh mushrooms to put into this. Damn it. Okay, maybe there will be another random grocery run this week. I got this top from Target. It was like in the workout section. Everything I got today was like in the workout section. And I'm generally opposed to words, but this one was in gold. And it's like for working out. I mean, I guess I could wear it with regular clothes, but it says Hustle. And it's by Champion. This is what the back looks like. Okay, I had food. And, ooh, okay. You know how we were talking about, well, I was talking about, like that female show, like Sex and the City, like what can we watch? Well, you know, I've been watching and I've been loving it a lot. The Chelsea Handler show. Is that what it's called? No. Well, whatever. The current Chelsea Handler show on Netflix is so good. It's amazing. I know she did the Chelsea Does. Was that like a year or two ago? Or was it, I couldn't connect to that. And I liked when she did her late night talk show. She's just had so many like evolutions of a show. Oh my God, it's so hot. But I think that her current one is amazing. The guests she has on, the topics she addresses, the dinner parties, oh my God, I love those. They're so good. She's very pro-woman, pro-everybody, pro-everyone. And I cannot even, just go watch it if you have Netflix. Like, I can't praise it enough. I think it is an excellent show. Obviously, you need to be progressive and open-minded, liberal. Like, if you are none of those things, maybe the show is not for you, but she's fantastic. The show is fantastic. The guests, and then even like the celebrities that she has on, you just feel like these are like the actual nice celebrities. Like, these are like the really actual nice people and not just like the ones that kind of fake it for like an interview. Okay. What was that? Oh yeah, I'm holding my phone. So I had this really cool cell phone case, right, that I showed you guys. Well, it cracked because for some reason I kept dropping it. I don't know, because this was like a very like smooth case or whatever. Okay, so I found this. It's by Susan Faris. It was $8 at TJ Maxx. This is the packaging in case you want to look for it. Okay, so it looks like this. Now obviously it's silver, it's brushed silver. I would have preferred it be, you know, gold or rose gold, but this is why I got it, because I really wanted this thing. I've seen a lot of these. I can't remember what they're called. They're called like pop something, whatever. They're on Amazon, they're on eBay, and the prices are very similar. They're always between like, I mean, there's like 99-cent ones, they go all the way up to like $20-25, but the ones that you have to like attached to your phone, whether it be like a sticker, I think there might be ones that you can tighten with like by turning it. Are there suction ones? I don't know, but I really wanted one. A, because I keep dropping my phone when I'm holding it or whatever, but also, you know, when you're like in bed and you're just holding your phone, there have been many times where I almost probably gave myself a bloody nose. So having something like this is really nice. I like this one's like built into the case, so it's super sturdy. And this one, you know, you can have it like, how do I show this to you? Like, you can have it like this and just loop your finger through, you know, or it turns. So if you want to hold it like this, that also works. I think this is probably going to be my preference, holding it vertically, but then when you like latch it down, it's a little odd. So when you want to put it into like resting mode, you probably want to center it. But I think as far as functionality, it's like totally there. And as far as it looking nice, it still looks pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, and for $8, the price is so worth it. And obviously, you know, I wish this part wasn't black too, because like my phone, you know what I mean? But I'll take it. It's totally like, it's totally fine. So I'm super into this. So if you see the cell phone case, grab one, because it's highly functional. And then the other reason I didn't want to get the ones that you attach is A, they kind of look, I don't know, I'm weird. I'm like, that looks weird. Or like, I don't want to be like, what is that on your phone, you know? And then just in reading the reviews on Amazon, like even like the really highly rated ones, it seemed like eventually like the sticky part would like wear off over time, or I don't know. It's just like after reading tons and tons of reviews, I was like, I don't want to pick one. Like, I don't want to deal with it. Okay, anyway. Back to the original point. We are now going to, I am on a mission. I'm gonna find shirts. I'm gonna find shirts. I don't care how much effort and time. I have the time now, and I'm going to find shirts. Okay, so that sucked. And beyond what I tried on for you, like on camera, I tried on like triple that amount. And everything was still hideous. Also, like I said, I don't go to the mall that often. Like I go in to one store and I leave. I never like walk the mall. Like I can remember the times I do that. The last time I did that was like whenever I'm on vacation or I'm visiting. Like I remember being, I don't know if in New York that counted as being in a mall, but then I remember prior to that, probably in Austin, when I visited my sister in February. Yeah, I went to a mall there. And before that, when I was in Atlanta for Thanksgiving, like I remember when I'm in the mall because I don't like the mall. Everyone was rude as today. I go to pay, I picked up one thing from Macy's. There are two cashiers at like, you know how they have like, they're like in a, what do you call it? Like in a bay, like there's two cashiers and there's two registers. One of them is clearly cleaning up. We make eye contact like 3 times. I smile at you, you're not gonna speak to me? You're not gonna tell me if I'm supposed to go to you or the one behind you that is clearly way more friendly. She doesn't even speak to me the whole time. Okay, cool. Then I'm returning something at H&M. This shirt has like, I don't know, it's a very long shirt that I'm returning. I buttoned the top too so that, you know, it wouldn't get like wrinkled. Did she really? She did. She sat there, stood there, I'm sorry, and she buttoned every single one while other people were in line. I mean, you put it on the rack behind you. Ugh. I have no idea. I'm sitting there, I'm watching her button every single button. I'm like, yes. Good morning. We have a more mild look today. Actually, these brows should be filled in more. Actually, I didn't do that much of anything today. You know those days when you're like, oh, let me try like a more like toned down look, something like softer or, you know, less makeup-y. I just always feel like I end up looking like I didn't sleep enough that night, or I look sick, or I only did half my makeup. But here's what is the inspiration. You know when you're removing your makeup, I don't know, like I remove my eye makeup a little different every day, but sometimes it's like I just go in just to see what it would look like if I only had like lashes and eyeliner. And I always like it when I'm removing the makeup at night, but then I go to like recreate this look in the morning and it does not translate. I just feel like I look sleepy, or like I cried the night before. Although, you know what, when you cry the night before, for those of you girls who have like smaller lids, don't your lids look like extra big? Don't you feel like, yeah, Caucasian eyes? Not really, because only this is puffy. It's not like all of a sudden I grow a nose bridge. So I, you know, where am I even going with this? I have no idea. It's a weird day. Yesterday was a really weird day. You know how like when you wake up in the morning and you just, nothing goes right and you just know everything's gonna not be great? It was like I forgot to take my garbage and my recycling out the night before, and they come fairly early in the morning, and I was like, oh crap. So I'm like racing to get that out, and then it took me forever to figure out what to wear. I don't know why. It really should not take that long. But it's because I've been frustrated with shirts, right? Okay, I'm sorry, apologizing if I was like bitching and moaning about clothing, but it's been, I don't know, it's like I've made it my mission to like find shirts and then I can't find any, and I'm like, you know. And then I'm like checking my work emails before I get into work. I don't know why I do that. Like, it's like, it's great because you're like, oh, let me be prepared, but then at the same time you're like, the whole time before you get into work and before you're actually trying to like tackle something, you're like thinking about it and it's aggravating. So note to self, maybe don't check emails before going into work. Okay, so random, what do you call this? Random errand running. I often get sent to buy things like, I don't know if you watch the vlogs, it'll be like get chalk, or get some kind of thing to clean this kind of shape, or today's is pretty easy. I just took pictures of stuff and I'm gonna go to like a tool place to pick some stuff up. We have a whole lot of eye makeup on today. I don't know if we can tell or if it's just like really shaky. I also need to wash my hair. That's why it's up. Sometimes I feel like maybe I should just wear my hair up anyway. You know, it's kind of cute sometimes. I'm sorry if this is shaky. We have shaky roads. As for shirts, I have put in some orders. I got a shirt from Nordstrom that is pretty cute. I put in an order at Boohoo, Shein side, or is it, no, I think it's just called Shein now. Whatever. So stores are not cutting it because you have floral, ruffles, off the shoulder, cold shoulder. Oh, there's a lot of shirts with like the built-in like choker collar thing. That's not working for me either. Good morning. It is Friday morning, so running late again. Also, nails completely ratchet. Nails have not, ooh, sorry. Nails have not looked this ratchet ever since this whole year, so just back to looking a mess. Luckily it's like a lighter color, like there's like no nail polish, barely. Anyway, okay, so now that all of those disclaimers are out of the way, yes, I'm going to work today, and yes, I have this ridiculous smoky eye because I wanted to share certain products with you, and I also wanted to just use certain products. So this is what ended up happening. I don't know, does anybody, maybe this is just not me, but do you actually plan out your makeup look? Like, I'll plan out maybe like the night before, like, oh, I have to remember to like use this product or that product because maybe I saw it in a video, or maybe it's like something I need to review. But I generally don't plan out my looks, so every look that you see is kind of like haphazard, like, oh, okay. It really is kind of like a fumble, you know? Okay, so skincare. First off, I picked this up over the weekend, so I've been using it for almost a week. This is the Skin Fix Moisture Boost Serum. They had like a promotion. I had some coupons that I think I showed you in the previous vlog, possibly. And I got like a free like lip balm too, which I really like, but I haven't used it a lot in order to give you like a review. But I have used this every single morning and night since I got this. Love it. I have the hydrating lotion, which I also really love, and you've seen it before. This is very serumy, I just use it as my moisturizer. I'm very excited to pair the two together in the winter. This is so good. One pump, my entire face. I feel like they have an eye cream, but I feel like my CVS doesn't carry it. I feel all these things. No, I know because I looked, but super recommend this to you. Again, there's a nourishing cream. It says for best results, follow with Skin Fix Hydrating Lotion, which I have and love, and then a nourishing cream. Everything is made in Canada. This is like a blend of like hydrating things. I know, so technical, and lots of different oils, but they've been mixed together in a way that it's suspended in this very like light, very spreadable texture. I absolutely love it. It has been so good for my skin. I don't know why. I do know why. My skin has been drier this past week or two because I've been sitting in AC a lot. I have it on at home, I have it on in the office obviously, and it's just like, you think of all the things you can get away with or that you're gonna do in the summer as far as like skincare and like foundation and concealer, and then still it's the AC, which almost sometimes is worse. I don't know, right? Okay. So you guys know my intense love, as in holy grail, for the Cosmetics Opti Crystal Liquid Crystal Eye Serum. It's this one that has like that holographic vibe to it. You apply it, it's extremely hydrating. It does beautiful things as far as like what concealer and powder will look like on top of your makeup. So I was really excited to try the Cosmetics Eye Genius. This is slightly less expensive. I think, yeah, quite, maybe even half the price. And it is in the same exact kind of container delivery system, except this product is it's white. It does have, I think, mica in it, so it gives this like reflective look to it. Now, I'm not saying I want to give this a bad review. I use this every day, 4 days, morning and night, because I mean, that's essentially how I use the Opti Crystal. Because this is so good, as in like, I feel like some people might not even like this as far as like it's super hydrating. Like you put a tiny bit on and it just, the whole under area of your eye is going to glow. It's gonna be sticky. You can pat it in. Everything looks so beautiful on top of it. the little creases in the inner corners, it's just beautiful. It is an extremely beautiful eye cream, eye serum, etc. It's a serum, but I never have to apply anything on top of it. I feel like serums tend to suggest that you need to apply something on top of it. This, I definitely don't. This thing, the Moisture Boost Serum, I don't apply anything on top of it currently either. The Eye Genius, I think, it's a combination of reasons why I don't like it as much as I like this one, the Optic Crystal. I think because this is so good and the amount of hydration I get from this is just insane that I just didn't think I was getting enough from this. I would use this as a daytime eye cream. I wouldn't use this at night because what I need from my skincare at night is to like really work on improving the skin and making it look really beautiful, and then it almost is supposed to be prepping my skin for whatever I apply in the morning, and I don't think that the Eye Genius does that for me. So it works great. You need also a very tiny bit, and you just use it, you know, as your daytime eye cream. It says AM, PM. I prefer it for AM. So I don't want to, you know, it's like, I love this brand so much, and their cosmetics, the Peptide Rich Defense, that SPF moisturizer is also holy grail. So at this point in time, cosmetics, the brand, holds like the holy grail spot for top SPF and almost pretty much top moisturizer combo, and then, you know, under eye cream. So this, I would just recommend you buy this. If you really want to treat your eyes like both ways, as in treat as in treatment and treat as in like really give it a really great boost, Optic Crystal. If you're just wanting to try cosmetics products and you want to try something for the under eye, this is good for daytime. On to what is on the face. Andrew texted me and was like, can we just have a moment for Radiant Creamy Concealer like on its own? I'm like, yeah, it's so good, right? When you watch these makeup breakdowns, it tends to be that I'm using this as my face concealer, i.e. I use it a little bit under the nose because it's dark there. And I feel like because of the way my lips are, the lips create shadows in this whole area of my face, and then they create shadows all around my mouth. So I'm a big fan of this concealer for the face. But I have just been like, you guys know I love using concealer as foundation. I would say if you like what I like, which is kind of more glowy skin-like, the Radiant Creamy Concealer from NARS is the best that you can get for like all over. So I have ginger all over the face today as foundation, and then I have macadamia on the under eyes. If you prefer something a little more satin matte, Tarte Shape Tape. I use light medium under the eyes, and I use medium all over the face. It just depends on my mood. That definitely has like way more coverage, but I feel like this has more spreadability and just obviously looks more skin-like because it is Radiant. Still using, I feel like the makeup today is very like, it was very easy. I just kind of wanted to just like get through and use all the same products that I like absolutely trust and love. So we have both of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. We have number 2 under eyes and to set the face, and then we have number 3 as our bronzer. It's just so perfect. I will do swatches for you so you can see how beautiful this powder is. I feel like whenever I swatch number 2 for you, you really can't see it because it blends so perfectly into my skin. So there's number 2. I didn't blend it out, but if I blend it out, like it's undetectable, like you do not see it. And then that's number 3, which I have as bronzer. It's on the forehead, it's down the nose. It's essentially all over the face, giving it color. Now, this brush, have you guys seen these? This is from Real Techniques. This is from their powder blue line. This is the B02. I believe it's called the Soft Finishing. This is synthetic. I mean, let's be superficial right now and talk about how it looks. It looks beautiful. It is stunning. It is like this shape is quite like, you know, modern and very now, but the color of it is so like throwback glam, like with this like deep kind of royal blue, but then the kind of ombre effect kind of lends itself to a more like modern feel. This shape is like my favorite shape for powders because I have literally every day I clean it off and I use it to apply my under eye powder, and then, you know, clean it off a little bit, and then I apply powder to the rest of my face. I apply my bronzer with it. This shape to me is my favorite. There is a slightly, not slightly, I would say like a fairly larger version of this where you can use it for your powder if you are someone that loves dusting bronzer over your entire face. I feel like I have a smaller face, so I like using smaller brushes overall. I have maybe, I'm looking at my brushes now, I have like 2 brushes that are large that I never really reach for. like large. And then everything else is around this size because I think it creates the best lines and I guess at the same time the best kind of diffusion for my face. This is synthetic. It is kind of like a, I don't know, is it like the couture line for Real Techniques? That's what I would call it. These are so amazingly soft. I was comparing this to other synthetic brushes that I really love, from Zoeva, from Real Techniques themselves, from Morphe, from Luxie Beauty. Those are probably like my favorite lines of brushes for synthetic brushes, and this is the softest one, absolutely. And then I started comparing it to my Japanese made brushes with the Wayne Goss, the Jenny Patinkin, some Chikuhodo. It is comparable. I mean, I don't know if to create a synthetic bristle you can recreate the exact feel of, you know, those, the squirrel or the Japanese made, whatever it is that they use generally. I don't know if you can absolutely 1000% recreate that, but this is the closest. This is absolutely the closest, and it's beautiful and it's awesome, and I highly recommend you try this line. I do believe at the moment it is only available on the Real Techniques site. I started seeing this on Instagram and I was like, oh my god, that is gorgeous. But I just never started seeing it in stores like at Ulta or anything, and I'm like, oh. But then when I was reading about this, it is exclusive to the website. So I will link it below. I will find it. I very rarely visit the website because they're so like pervasive throughout all the stores around here. But yeah, you'll see this. I recommend this highly. And if you do like something bigger, they do have something bigger. I believe there's also an eye brush and maybe 2 or 3 more face brushes you can choose from. I like that the line is very like specific at the point. I like that. This is maybe a personal thing, but when I see like tons of brushes in a product line, I'm kind of like, or if they're offered as a set, I'm like, there's gonna be so many brushes that I don't use. So I like when things are kind of more, oh my god, what's the word? More curated? Yes, that's the word. For highlight today, I have this on the cheeks. I have it down the nose. I have it very, very intensely above the upper lip. It looks awesome, right? It looks so good, but it's on here. It is from the Hourglass Trio. It's the, ow! Whew! I just like shut this slightly, but I shut it like into my like pinky skin. Oh my gosh, okay. So it's the highlighter from here. I want this as a single. I want this as a single so bad. I've been really into my cream highlights lately. I've been into my ColourPop. I've been into the Stila Heaven's Hue. This is so pretty. It's like a drier texture, so I feel like it doesn't migrate. It almost has a kind of cream to powder finish. Okay, it's right here. To many, it's like quite subtle, but I think on the face, it becomes quite obvious of a highlight, and I really love it. Like, obvious in the most natural way possible. Like, seriously, do you guys see this upper lip? How gorgeous does that look? It looks like one with my skin. And then, you know, right there. Whenever I put something down the center of my nose, I feel like you generally will see it here because I don't really like pile it on. I really love focusing it right there. And I have it on the inner corners. Do you see? Isn't it extremely beautiful? The only caveat is it is in this trio. It is not by itself. If they had this, if they sold this highlighter by itself in maybe like a palette of 3 shades, oh my god, I would be all over it. I love Hourglass as a brand. They just do stuff that everybody will enjoy, but not stuff that every other brand is doing, you know? Awesome. Okay, onto the eyes. There's a lot happening right here. I'm gonna go through the easy stuff first. Oh, brows is the Glossier Boy Brow in brown, and then the Benefit Precisely My Brow in number 6, very quickly. And then the lashes are the faux mink ones from, oh my god, from Kiss, and it's called Boudoir, and I have them, you know, cut slightly, but these are the ones I have on because I have this intensely ridiculous smoky eye that I now have to go to work in, which I guess is fine. I mean, on camera, maybe not so obvious, but in person, this is quite an intense look. And even yesterday, I feel like, I don't know, I've been feeling like very like intense eyes lately. In the tight line, I have MAC Feline Eye Kohl, just the black pencil, but I like it because it's kind of smudgy. And then this is something I haven't shared with you, I don't think, but I really, really like it, and I've been using it a lot this past year on and off. It's the Sephora Fine Line 24-hour felt liner. It's this super, super tiny, tiny felt tip, and I like it a lot because it wears a long time. It's super matte, and it creates, it allows me to create a really, really like perfect and like beautiful matte line. It is a little runny though. Can you see that? Like that's the gauge. Maybe that's why I haven't shared it with you, but I mean, I just really like it, regardless of the fact that it runs a little. Whereas with the Tarte one, like, is it the Man-Eater? That runs a little, but that almost kind of bothers me more. I don't know. Maybe it's the precision of this. Like when I'm doing like a winged liner, I can really do something really perfect and get it to match up as perfectly as possible. Oh, also shout out. I shared these with you in my haul video. Did I? Yes, I did. And I kind of was like, oh, I got them because I wanted to like hit the $50 like gift card that I have, blah, blah, blah. These are amazing. Let me show you. There are 3 versions in this container. I'm going so far off tangent right now. There's 3 versions in here. They're all double-sided or double-ended. There's ones that have a sharp point and there's ones that have a rounded point. And then there are ones that have one of each. So if you look at this side is pointed and then this side over here is rounded. These are like the kind of normal sizes I get from like CVS or like any other brand that does kind of a shape like this. Look how small the Sephora ones are. They are so beautifully precise. Oh my God. Go get these. They are awesome. They're $6. You get 490. And at first I was like, oh, so they give you like 3 versions, right? And I was like, they're gonna get mixed up. You know how like when you start removing them and let's say you get about like 20% through them, they're gonna start shifting and moving around? No. Do you see here? They are separated. They have these separators in there that are so awesome. And they come up right to where like this label ends. So it kind of just looks like they're all just kind of floating in there. Super awesome. Really beautiful detail. And then you can keep this container when you're done. I mean, I'm all about this. I feel like my hair is looking very one-dimensional today. I dyed it last night. I got home kind of late, actually. And I was like, I got home around maybe 8-ish. I was like dyeing my hair because I was like, oh my God, this does not look cute. I was like dyeing my hair and watching Andrew's vlog, which, hello, it was like Friday yesterday. No, Thursday. How is it that I didn't even watch his vlog until last night? Like I just didn't have any time where I was like eating a meal alone or like just had like 40 minutes like to myself to do something. So I was like, I just felt so like late, you know, like the person that can't write first when they're watching a video. Anyway, so new by Terry Ombre Black Star. Not new, but new for me. Like I haven't had this shade before. It's called Black Pearl. And it is essentially why even yesterday we did quite a smoky eye. This is Black Pearl. This is Bronze Moon. This is Misty Rock. I'm doing comparison swatches for you so you can kind of see the difference. Black Pearl has a lot more glitter suspended in it. These are more like metallic shimmers. And when you blend them out, they look very similar, just less like intense. I'm sorry, it's going out of focus. But when you blend out the Black Pearl, you get a very glittery base. So I just want to show you the difference because when you swatch them, they actually look like they'd be the same texture. But when you blend these out, this is more of a glitter base. i.e. it's a glitter base or it's something that you use to top off a smoky eye. So it's basically kind of like your rock and roll eye, your smudgy eye. I like a smudgy eye. If you see my makeup all the time, none of it's precise. There's like no tape, there's no cut crease. Like I like things to be diffused. So something like this I'm into. It's kind of like, you know, like the Pixie Woo girls. They kind of like, especially Sam, she loves doing that kind of like smudgy worn in makeup, which I think it looks good on a lot of people. I feel like as long as like the rest of your face is kind of together, like, you know, like you don't have any, like if you've like covered your blemishes and you kind of handle your brows really nicely, smudgy eye makeup I think always looks good, especially with like a nude lip. You guys know that I ride and I die for by Terry, like the Ombre Black Stars, the Stilo Black Stars. The wear time on all of them is amazing. Like once, there are certain ones, and I think Black Pearl is one of them, because Bronze Moon, Misty Rock, those ones when I apply them, I have time to work with them. But Black Pearl, I feel like once it's kind of, I really can't get it to move very much. So I have it on as a base today because I am going to work. I couldn't like do a complete rock and roll smoky eye for you today, but I have it on as a base, and then I have it on the lower lash line. Let me see if I can get close enough. You can see like it all peeking through underneath. It's all under there. And then I have a little bit of shadow like on the edges of it. It's very, very pretty. It is very badass. It is your go-to smoky eye base and or what you can top on top of your smoky eye once you do it. Maybe I'll do it this weekend for you guys. Maybe in the next vlog, yeah, we'll do something really, really smoky, and then I don't know where we're gonna go with it, but yes. The lower lash mascara is the Maybelline Colossal Cat Eyes Volume Express. Again, you've seen last video I explained to you, this has been in like the makeup arsenal for at least a decade. It's so, so good. For the rest of the eye look, it's the Colored Rain Queen of Hearts. I've been very into single eyeshadows, like my Makeup Geek. I have maybe 8 or 10 Colored Rain singles I've purchased. I love Divina Cosmetics, Looksy Beauty. Like, I'm like going through like and getting rid of so much makeup, guys. I have to update the blog style. That's what I need to do. That is the plan for next week. Okay, I used the Queen of Hearts palette today. Not a lot of color, as you can see, because I kind of wanted to enjoy my by Terry. But in the crease, we have Royal Prerogative, which is the shade. I'm gonna swatch it. Oh, beautiful. And then any kind of like dark you see up here is the by Terry. And then I have this on the lid. It's called Dethrone. And then tiny bit in the outer crease, I have Ladyship. This is one of their drier formulas, I think. But it applies beautifully. Like when you get it in there, you're like, ugh, dry and powdery. But when you get it onto your skin and apply it with a brush, it looks so stunning. And then I have Duchess is what I have on the lower lash line, just a tiny bit on the outer edge. Are you guys seeing all that drama with the Subculture palette? I actually was gonna get it. I actually really, really love the color scheme in that. I still might get it. I'm just like, I'm so over. Why is, at first it was like the Urban Decay Naked Heat. Oh my God, swatches are horrible. And then it was the Jaclyn palette with Morphe. And then now, are we really at a point in the beauty community where everything has to be dramatic and everything needs to be like hateful and like shameful? Like you can't be successful, but you also can't sell out, and you also can't review products, and you can't do sponsored. I mean, I get it, because the community is changing so much, and a lot of it is becoming so like highly marketed and sponsored. But at the same time, it's like, can people live? If this is their job, just, they need to make money somehow. If this is the way they're paying their bill, you know what I mean? I don't know. I really can't speak to that, because this is not my job and this does not pay my bills. It is a very time-consuming hobby is what it is, but I love it. Okay, so to recap, this is in the crease, this is on the lower lash line on the outer edge, this is in the upper crease outer edge, and then this is on the lid. So Royal Prerogative, Dethrone, Ladyship, and Duchess. That's essentially the eye look. Oh, isn't this so beautiful? I am so happy this palette is permanent. Not that I'm ever gonna need to buy another one, but so that everyone can enjoy what is this palette and what it provides and what it can do, like for an eye look if you love this kind of shade selection. Ah, it's so beautiful, so, so beautiful. I can't wait to see what their other palettes look like. Ooh, and you know what else is the Desi Katie? That collab with Dose of Colors, that eyeshadow palette looks really, really beautiful. And the highlighter, have they swatched the highlighter yet? I don't know. Looks really pretty. Let's check the time. Okay. Ooh, we have text from Andrew. Obvi. I have so many text messages when I woke up this morning. It's like thundering outside. Okay, where are we at? 26 minutes. Okay, for the lips, the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. We talked about this in the last vlog. This is so, so good. I don't even know why it like obviously has way more divots than it did before. I literally I use it every morning. I use it every night. It is so extremely beautiful, and it smells good and it feels good. Then I have MAC Strip Down. I honestly, I'm gonna go on the record, if I ever have to just use one lip liner for the rest of my life, it's gonna be Strip Down. This is like all seasons, formula, shade. I feel like for me, there's like two things that are really important for a lip liner. How it applies, like it really needs to just kind of glide on and be smooth. And then how it plays with other colors and my lip tone. So like basically the shade, like, and this works with everything. So I have that applied, and then I have, every time I get one of these, I have to like shake it up. Even though like it doesn't separate the way the juicy shakers do, the matte shakers don't have like that separation, but I still like shake it intensely. This is Energy Peach. This is, I know it looks so pink when you look at it, but I have it applied on the lips today on top of, do you guys see how pigmented these are? They're so pigmented. But because I always do a balm, and obviously in the past couple weeks it's always been this Laneige sleeping mask, you just push it into your lips and tap it in, and it just looks so pretty. You get a very lightweight yet pigmented color, and then it wears off gracefully and looks really beautiful throughout the whole day. It creates definition because the pigment is like even and beautiful. And I know sometimes when you're reviewing lip products, whether it be a matte lip color or a glossy lip color, you say these things about them and then you expect things to be a certain way, but it actually is quite, am I making any sense? It's actually difficult for it to like, for a product to have claims and for you to wear it and see, yes, it delivers, you know what I mean? And this lightweight, matte, not drying, can be applied so crazy pigmented and look super matte and compete with all the other matte lip products, not just in terms of look, but in terms of formula. But then at the same time, you can wear it like this and it looks really soft, really pretty, so beautiful. I know, I'm just like crushing on it so hard. Okay.